Hey guys, Stitching May or Megan here to do an update video. I think I do that introduction every single time. I need to come up with something more creative, huh? Anyway, it is January the 24th and I'm here with a cross stitch update video. So if you're on my channel and you're not looking for cross stitch, you're probably on the wrong channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you like what you see and enjoy your time with me. Grab some stitching. This video probably won't be that long, but then sometimes I do ramble. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back to watch me again, and thank you for putting up with me as you have for a while probably. So I do insert life updates in my videos. I try not to go into great detail, but it is what it is. I will try to remember to put a timestamp in the drop down box. I'm trying to remember to do those as to when the actual stitching starts. In my last video, I shared that my son was going through some medical issues. We had found a mass on his left kidney. We just followed up this week with his surgeon, and the mass is still shrinking. He is now calling it more of a cystic mass. He kind of said that's what it was at first, but he wanted to be sure, etc., etc. And as long as this thing is shrinking, he does not want to do surgery. In fact, he said even if it stopped shrinking, but it is not growing, he doesn't want to do surgery. So as of now, we are not going to have a nephrectomy, which is amazing news. He said, as long as it's not getting bigger, that rules out all the scary things that they would normally worry about. He said generally kids don't have, because I asked, well, what if it is like precancerous or it's just not, etc., etc. He said they don't normally have that in children. They don't see that in children. And then I asked about polycystic kidney disease, and he said that this is not consistent with that type of cyst. So he thinks it is more than likely just a one-off that we caught. He said that a lot of the times people live with these things and never know they have them until they're like 50 and get in a car wreck and have a scan and they see the cyst and everybody alerts and it turns out to be nothing. So it's kind of a big, we don't know what it is, but they kind of know that it's not the scary things, so they don't really want to take out the kidney for that. It's just continue to monitor. We will follow up in about 6 weeks to do another ultrasound just to make sure there aren't any changes. And as long as he's non-symptomatic and he is non-symptomatic and no changes to the area other than shrinking, that's a change, but that's a good change, they won't do surgery. And in fact, today we went to his regular doctor for a follow-up from all this to kind of touch base with her, and she did a urine test, and he's not even having blood in his urine anymore, which is amazing. That's what brought us to all of this in the first place. So it looks like, I don't want to say out of the woods, but we're out of the scary part of the woods. We're in the fun, relaxing, there's a stream, part of the woods. My mother-in-law follows up in February for some of her tests to see how the area on her brain is doing. As of now, still no symptoms, and she's actually been able to go back to work. She's building up her endurance. Everything seems to be looking good. I'm trying not to be the one that looks for the anvil that's going to fall next, but hopefully I will be able to do more regular videos now because it's not so touch and go. So my goal is to start doing weekly videos instead of, I think it's been 2 weeks since my last video-ish. So anyway, that is everything on the life front. See, it wasn't as long this time as it was last time. Hope you survived. Anyway, so stitching-wise, I have been going to town stitching, but only on 2 projects. I actually have notes this time. I've kept up with my journal, so I know stitch numbers. Shock and awe. So since the 8th, there have been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 days with 0 stitches. And that is because those 4 days had to do with some stuff that was going on in mine and Sammy's group, Virtual Stitchers. I'm not going to get into the drama. We had drama. It appears to be cleared up now. But it took us a few days and it completely zapped my stitchy bug. But we're all good now. My bug is back and we are plugging along. So those 4 days I didn't stitch because I was doing group maintenance stuff. And by the time that was done, I didn't feel like really doing anything. Other than that, I have gotten at least 25 stitches in every day, even on lunch break, for a total of 2,147 stitches since the 8th. And that currently puts me at a total of, not counting this week. That's the 2,147 stitches counts this week, not counting this week. Or I can do the quick math. Let's see here. Pull up my calculator. $2,952 stitches for the year. That can't be right. That can't be right. Nope, that's right. Which is not a lot compared to some of you guys, but you know, it is what it is. And that doesn't count the stitches that I've done since midnight, because I stitched a lot last night. Anyway, so let me just jump into my works in progress that I have going on. I do have one finished, so I worked on 2 projects, finished one, and the other one's going to be a year-long project at least. Let's just jump into the stitching. So, the one that I finished, I was using for, what was I using it for? I originally started using it for something delicate. However, I did not, excuse me, I had the hiccups. I did not make that deadline. So I ended up using this for Cinderella stitches and got all my Cinderella stitches in for magical stitches. And I've also been cross-posting a lot with Cheryl's 30-day journal group. So her group is now, or is a closed group, and there's no room for a lot of more members. So I don't like talking about all the prompts and stuff whenever you guys can't join in, if you're not already in there. So I am cross-posting a lot of my stuff. I kind of do my magical stitches first and then cross over to the daily 30 and see what I can do. The prompts guys, the challenge groups guys help me so much. It gives me a goal to work on in my stitching. So like instead of sitting there and going, oh, what should I stitch? What should I stitch? I have a prompt. I find a project to fit the prompt and then I stitch it. And it gives me something to do. It gives me like a goal. I don't know. Give me a deadline, I have a problem, and I like completely buckle. Give me a goal, and I'm okay. Doesn't make any sense at all, does it? So, the one that I finished is Flowering Flourish by Connie Gee Designs. This is where I was on the last video. Guys, pardon the hair. It is raining outside. I have a killer headache, and my hair just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the fun part is that this afternoon, I'm picking up my son and 2 of his friends from school. Obviously my son. But, you know, Connor's not been able to play a lot with all this stuff going on. They didn't want him roughhousing. They finally cleared him. And, of course, it starts raining and doesn't stop. So they've not been, like, it was 60 degrees the entire winter until they said, yeah, he can play. And then it hit 30 and raining. Not 30, but, you know, cold and raining. So I'm picking up 2 of his friends today after school, and we're going to a local indoor playground. I'm going to let him play on the playground because he's not done that in a while. Anyway, so Flowering Flourish is my finish by Connie Gee Designs. This is where I was on the last video, or before, not the last video, with my whip parade. This is stitched on 32 count, just MCG natural fabric linen. It is stitched in DNC 4024, 4025, one of their turquoise variegated colors. You can get this on Connie Gee's Etsy, Connie Gee Designs Etsy page. This was so much fun to stitch, guys. I still have to iron it. And it is monochromatic. This is not necessarily the suggested color. She told you to kind of pick out your own color. I think her mock-up was in purple. But there that is, guys. I love stitching this. I can't wait to frame it. I have a frame already that I think I'm going to frame it in. I'm going to make my husband break out his framing skills. And we are really good at the slap and go frame job. Actually, I'm really impressed with this framing. I don't think we'll ever do it as a business. I think it is a little too concerning for him. He gets nervous, but I don't think he would. I think he gets nervous. I think working on others' projects, he would get nervous. If he works on mine, I just yell at him. If he works on somebody else's, like, you know, that's somebody else. The next thing that I've worked on, and it's become almost like a monogamous piece for me, is my Mulkern Hollow. I believe I have a before picture. If I do, I know I can get one from a screenshot from my video. So I'll insert a picture of what that's going to look like here. Of course, I'm doing the village at the villages of Mulkern Hollow. This is for a stitch along in virtual stitchers. It is just the Mulkern Hollow style. Some people are doing the year, and I decided to do the village because I had it. Simple enough. My goal is to do 1 block a month. Guys, it's stretching it. It is stretching my ability, especially this month. But I'm almost finished. I'm hoping that I can finish it between today and tonight, and that, you know, because this weekend starts a 24-hour cross stitch. I won't be able to do all of it because I do have to work, but I'll be able to stitch Friday through early Saturday. Excuse me. And I'm getting like, I don't have a cough anymore. It's just because I'm doing this video, my throat decides to start itching. So it's for that Sal, and I don't know what I was saying. But anyway, I had the chart, and this is when I'm doing it. I just chose it because of that. I was going to get the year at Mulkern, and I was like, no, I've already got the villages. Let me just do this one. This is on 32 count Witchell. I want to say light mocha. I don't know for sure. It was in an unlabeled bag, but I know that it's filtered because I can tell by the feel of the fabric. And I am stitching this in the D and C that is called for rather than the MPI silks. These are pretty much solids. I couldn't justify the extra money budget-wise for the MPI silks when they're solid colors. I've been making this fit for most of my prompts. This week's prompts and magical stitches. We have to finish them all, and we get bonus points towards our Cinderella castle stitches. So I'm trying to get them all done. I'm down to just the 400 stitches on something that's boring you. I was going to use something else because I didn't think I would have enough stitches on this, but now I know that I have 400 stitches, and to be honest, this block is getting very boring, so that fits. I have to fill in the color around this O. I have to fill out there's some birds that go here, and then some more words, and I'll be done. Something that I will point out is this little box around this O is not exactly symmetrical. On the chart, I don't understand how they did theirs. It's like it chased it around, and there were random ones that had 1 and random ones that had 2, and I didn't like the randomness. I was going to do it differently. I talked to Lisa, Shady Treez Stitches. She's one of my fellow mods on Virtual Stitchers. She's also a grader. I don't know the word they're using this year for magical stitches. And I think she's Shady Treez Stitches. She's an Aussie stitcher. We discussed it, and we both decided that what we were going to do is do the 1 stitch piece spacing on each corner. That way, even though it's not all even, it's evenly uneven, if that makes sense. Evenly uneven. We call that in the medical field regularly irregular. Or a one-off. But so that's how that is. And close-up of this, just to let you see. There's a little snake here. He's got some French knots on his eyeballs. Had to kind of fix those. My tree, the leaves are not exact, so there's my customization for this block. There's a river, and there are little fishes swimming in the river. I've been using this needle minder, this angel needle minder, all throughout December, just because. And there that is. Okay, the only haul that I have are some needle minders, and these are from Stitch and Button on Facebook. She also has an Etsy shop. And she has an Instagram. I have the ever so lovely Negan needle minder. Can you see him? There he is with Lucille. And then I have a Friends needle minder. I'll read it off to you because I don't know. Ooh, I'm losing magnets. Now, magnets are great until you move it that one way and they like repel each other. I am a master at moving them to the repel side somehow. I have this Friends one. I don't think that'll focus in enough for you to be able to read it. And it's going to get a glare. It says, eat like Joey, dress like Rachel, cook like Monica, live like Phoebe, care like Ross, laugh like Chandler. And that's perfect because the characters are what make that show. Each of them have been my favorite at some point in the show. She sent me this little extra M. It's a Scrabble tile with the letter M. Well, because Megan. Or I guess I could make it a W if I wanted to, but then the points aren't the right way. And then she sent me this little, what is that? Some random piece of metal stuck to it. Or I got this Sorry, Not Sorry. That was just... At the time, when I was going through needle minders, I saw this one, and that was my mood. I think that just speaks a lot of December. And then I jumped on the bandwagon. I've not seen The Mandalorian, but I love Baby Yoda. My son helped me pick this one out because there were several of the Baby Yodas, and he picked this one out. So I now have a Baby Yoda magnet. I'm waiting for him to steal this from me and put it on the refrigerator or in his bathroom. His bathroom is Star Wars. That is all the haul that I have. I have a few things coming. 2 things coming. But one I won't be able to show you because it's a surprise for somebody. Plans. So, originally, rewind back, I thought that I was going to do, I said I'm going to do the Virtual Stitches is doing a leap into the new year. Instead of a new year starts and doing a new start every day, we decided that since it was a leap year and there would be a February the 29th, that we would start a new start on the 29th of every month. And then when I did my whip parade video, I was like, holy crap. Oh, by the way, I have 39 whips. Now 30. Well, I had 39 from 2019. I started Mulkern Hollow or 38. Try this again. I had 38 whips from 2019. I started Mulkern Hollow. That gave me 39. I've now finished Flowering Flourish, so I'm down to 38 whips. Trying to keep up with that. So after I did my whip parade, I was like, you know, I just don't need any more whips. I have almost 40. I don't need any more. I'm not doing the 29th, you know, the new start on the 29th. And then I watched Jessie Marie last night. And when I watched Jessie Marie, she was talking about her new start. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to be part of that. FOMO. Some severe FOMO. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then today when I was getting out the piece that I'm planning to do for my birthday sal, which I'll show in just a minute, I saw this piece. I was like, oh, that's small. It has 3 colors. I can get it up. Maybe I do need to do the new start on the 29th. Because, I mean, it's going to be 4 years before I can do this again, right? So FOMO started one out. And I'm going to be starting this one. This was a gift, or a pass the stash, rather, from Miss Connie. And this little house in the works. Come on, focus. Singing the Blues. LHNPC 25. It's a small, it's like 80 by 80. Just a little blue bird with these cherries and the alphabet. I was like, I'll do that. I'm going to grab some. She gave me some of the leftovers. I may use some of this because I mean I know I have enough of the red. The blue is the only one that's going to be an issue, and I think I'm just going to grab a color in cotton blue out of my stash. So there that is. I fell in love with this and got pushed into the FOMO when I was getting this out to remind you guys that in April I'm starting my birthday sale. I particularly am doing Vintage Birds by Jeanette Douglas. My birthday is on the 18th, which is on a weekend, so I will be at work. Happy birthday to me. I'm pretty sure I may take off. I haven't decided yet. As of now, I'll be at work on my birthday, so I may or may not start it like the day or so before or after. We'll figure that out as it gets closer. I know that Connie Gee is doing this. She is doing the Vintage Flowers, which is on the back. There are several of these. There's Vintage Stars and Vintage Flowers to go along with these, as you know, company charts. What's the word? Not complimentary, because that would be free. You know, charts that go in the same series. I'm opening this up to just any Jeanette Douglas. You know, it'll just be my birthday sale. I know that I don't know how this works. I was wife of the week, but now she's moved on to other wives of the week. So does that make me an ex-wife of the week? Or are we like just a harem? Like, how does that work? Anyway, I know that Ellen Reed is doing this as well. She's already got the flosses. Like, she's ahead of me. She's already got the flosses. I have some leftover Christmas money. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to get the actual floss or if I'm just going to go through and pull out some of my color and cotton and chart that, you know, pick my own colors for this. I haven't decided yet. I should probably pick out my own colors, huh? I do have a potential fabric. As of now, I'm going to stitch this on Jobelin 28 count. No, 32 count African Daisy by Jobelin. I purchased this at one of the Katrina Boyd retreats. There's a code on there and it says something improper, and I don't think it's supposed to say anything improper, and I'm not telling you what it says. Yes, Vic, you'll get a message later with showing what it says. But it's this beautiful kind of pale yellow with some white or paler yellow in it. I think this would be lovely on here. Let's see. What do you think? But I just wanted to remind you of this sale. Again, it starts in April. Probably like after my birthday. Probably like the 20th. I've got to look at a calendar. My birthday is the 18th, which will be on a Saturday. Oh, I can do it like that night, Friday. I can do it on my actual birthday because I'll be able to do it after midnight on Friday, which will be my birthday. So I will start this on my birthday because my birthday's on a Saturday. I thought it was on a Sunday. So never mind. This will be starting on my birthday, April the 18th, for my birthday sale. I guess we'll just do, I haven't come up with a hashtag yet. Insert your nominations for a, you know, hashtag below. No. But that is it for haul, and that's it for plans, and that's it for this video, guys. As always, thank you so much if you've stuck through this long, for watching me, putting up with my rambling and my ADD. It's what makes me. Hope to see you soon. Hope to see you sooner than I did last time. Maybe I'll see you next Thursday or Friday. Guys, as always, take care and happy stitching.